Welcome to LFFL Primetime, your playoff edition of the show. Playoffs? That's right. Jim Mora would be stunned that we're having a playoff competition, but I am not. So let's get caught up on how these standings are shaking out. We'll start over here in the best ball competition. Miles, your defending champion over here. Nate takes the early lead, a 108.4 score in week one. I come in second at 106.3. We have Jeremy bringing up third at 98.5. A solid start. Anytime you get over 100 in this first week, it is a good thing. I did add a players left column because this obviously, as we get going, means more and more each and week. Now, not all players left are created equal. I have Chris Evans on my bench. Sean has Josh Allen on his bench. You would far rather have Josh Allen than Chris Evans, even though I have 7 left and Sean only has 3 left. The team with the most players left right now is Eric, 10 players left. He certainly is one to watch out for. We've seen this time and time again. We're a team kind of low in the standings early on, gets the bye week players back, gets some guys making some deep runs, maybe unexpectedly, and makes a move. Bill, 9, down there in the same space. Greg with 8. Those are your top 3 with players left. So we'll see what happens in this next week. Look at your DraftKings competition. Eric won the first 2 contests this week, giving 5 career playoff wins. That was a league record for about 24 hours until I was able to win on Monday night, which was my 5th career win, tying Eric for the most all time. So Eric takes 2, I take 1, but look at Miles squeezing in the middle of us. The way we're calculating the winner this year is a winning percentage. That means Eric, because he won that on Saturday, he was 8-0 on Saturday. There were 9 teams in it. He beat the 8 teams below him. He's 8-0. The team that was in second place on Saturday was 7-1 because they lost to Eric, but they did beat the 7 teams below. So that's how we arrive at this number. Eric, an 880 winning percentage, very impressive. Miles, 706 winning percentage. I'm third right now with a 680 winning percentage. Todd and Phil both above the 500 or above as well. Looking at your one and done competition, Greg is your defending champion over here, but Eric is the one sitting on top of this league as well. A 149 score in week number 1 here. It was the highest score ever in the wild card round, and it was the second highest all time of any week. Bill had 158 in the divisional round back in 2020 is the current high water mark, but 149 is now the second best score of all time. Very impressive stuff. Eric, Phil and Greg, the Kaufmans, come in second and third at 120, at 1 and 120 respectively. Eric has now had the high score 3 times. That ties Miles for second best all time. Todd and Andy both have 4 high scores over the course of this league. So get me those lineups this week. Remember, if you used a player last week, you may not use them again. I have a lot of Bengals, Bills, and Kansas City players I'll be using over the next few weeks personally. Your overall leader right now, Greg, led in this competition last year. Nate currently leading in this competition right now. Phil in second, Eric in third. I do like Eric's chances just right now today to come back on him because Eric still has all those players left in best ball, and that's the only league he's struggling. He's leading the other 2 leagues. So we will see what happens next week. Send me those one and done lineups. Make sure you get in the DraftKings contests, and we will see you next week for week 2 of LFFL Primetime, the playoffs edition.